One of the most important things you can do to grow your business is build up your email list. And that's the topic of today's video. If you like today's video, be sure to like it, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss future content. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. We personally respond to them and we love talking to you. In a world where Google search is becoming less reliable as far as actually getting clicks to your website, and social media algorithms are unpredictable as far as the kind of reach you can get, your email list is one of your most important marketing assets. So in today's video, we're going to walk through 3 different ways that you can actually build up and increase your subscribers to your email list. But before we dive into the actual tips of building your list, I want to reiterate why it's so important to actually build up your email marketing list.
Why should I care?
Like I said at the beginning, organic search, so Google search in particular, is having less and less clicks onto websites. They're called zero-click searches because the actual results are being found right there on the search results page through AI typically. And on the social side of things, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it, those algorithms can send a lot of traffic your way, but not reliably. So what this means is that if you are doing a good digital strategy, you are implementing an educational content-based framework, you can get a lot of reach on the top end of the funnel, but you have to start capturing those people and putting them into some sort of email list that you actually own. And at the click of any button, you can send them a communication. This is why I so heavily push the importance of using email marketing. Even though we might think it might be outdated, I promise you it is not. The customers I see doing a good digital strategy, ourselves included, typically see 30 to 50% of their leads come directly through their email marketing list.
This is the future.
So this is why it's important. If you haven't already built an email marketing list, you start today. You'll wish you started 5 months ago after this video. But if you already have one, it's important you're intentional about building it up even further. So let's dive into those 3 different tips that you can use to start building up that list. So tip number 1 is to develop a highly valuable lead magnet. A lead magnet is a valuable resource. It can be a checklist, a guide, a webinar, something that's very valuable that you can offer up to people, and in return, they give you their email address. You've of course seen these all the time, but they are incredibly effective. The key here with a lead magnet is to make it really valuable. Make sure it actually solves a problem that somebody has. I like to kind of frame it as taking that first step in the process of solving their problem, help them identify that problem, help them identify solutions, help them get started with solving their problem, and of course your product or your service will ultimately solve the problem for them, but give them a quick win through a lead magnet. Once you build that lead magnet, you put it on a landing page, you have an email collection form, and that is how you can use that to build your list. Once you have that lead magnet built and you have that landing page built, you can use it across all of your different digital assets. So your website, your social, and also anytime you do any kind of presentation, you might kind of seed in those lead magnets too into your presentations, depending on the topic. Again, the key here is to make your lead magnets valuable. If someone's going to give you their email address, they're going to do so because they want something in return. So make sure your lead magnet is valuable. Tip number 2 is to actually promote your newsletter through your content. Now, this might sound kind of obvious, but most businesses don't do a good job of actually promoting their newsletter in the areas where they're already doing great content. So for instance, if your company has a great blog with lots of good educational content on it, or you're doing YouTube videos, or you're doing regular presentations for industry events, those are all good spots to start seeding your email newsletter. And yes, it can be as simple as sign up for our newsletter for more insights. If people find your content valuable, they will sign up for it.
Will you come inside and sign up?
I can tell you personally, for our business, we get a trickle of about 2 to 3 email signups a week just from our blog. And that's because we have good educational content there. People find it valuable and they figure if they want to not miss future content, they can enter their email address there. And tip number 3 is call to actions everywhere. Everywhere in that buyer's journey. So from the top of the buyer's journey, which is problem awareness, all the way down to right before they're about to buy from you, make sure you have a call to action to subscribe to your newsletter. So an obvious spot would be on your social media profiles. So making sure that your team, especially people who are creating content on a regular basis, so your executives or your thought leaders on your team, but definitely your salespeople, your consultants, Anybody that has that client-facing interaction, make sure on their social media profile they're leveraging the different spots to have call to actions, so featured buttons, featured content areas, and using that to place a link to subscribe to your newsletter. Or of course, promoting a lead magnet like we talked about earlier, which ultimately has the same effect of getting people subscribed to your newsletter. But beyond social, you can also have call to actions on things like your email signatures. So again, if someone's interested in talking back and forth with you, have a good call to action there that links to a landing page, and not a landing page that just says give me your email, but talk about on that landing page the insights and the information that you provide in the newsletter and how it will be helpful for your ideal audience. The key here is that you want to have call to actions called transitional call to actions, that if someone is interested in buying from you but not ready quite yet to get a quote or have a book a discovery call with you, they're kind of in that initial just checking you out phase, you want to have call to actions on all of your different digital assets that link back to some sort of email marketing list. And always, always, always emphasize the value they're going to get by subscribing. Obviously, if they're downloading a lead magnet or they're already looking at great blog content, they're going to see the value you provide there. But even the buttons themselves, the language around the buttons themselves, encouraging people to actually sign up, should always emphasize the value they'll get if they become a subscriber. So I highly encourage you to implement these 3 different tips to grow your list. And I promise you, if you stick with it and you grow that list, it will become a great resource for your business going forward.